All right, welcome in at Bud Light Game Night. We are at Tin Roof in Lakeview, along with Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, and a bucket of cold Bud Light. I'm Ryan Brown. Welcome in. How are you, boys?
I'm good, man. I spent a good 4th of July night down here one night.
Did you now?
I did, yeah, back in 2016.
When did this place open? I was just thinking, Tin Roof, Lakeview District, downtown Birmingham, where we are. When did it open?
Well, the first time that I was introduced to the Tin Roof was in Nashville.
Exactly.
Yeah, on the Vanderbilt side, very, very popular, iconic bar. They opened Tin Roof here, I would say, a decade ago. Is that about right? How long ago did you guys open Tin Roof? A decade ago, dead on.
Dead on. So you were here one July 4th night in 2016.
Well, I've been here more than that.
No, I'm just saying. You spent the night here.
I didn't spend the night here. I spent a lot of the night here. This is a fun place. I've been here on college basketball Saturdays. A lot of people come watch college football here. It's a great venue for live music. They've got a lot of country. I know both of you guys like country music.
Yep.
I don't know if Jelly Roll will stop by here after his show tonight, but he could.
Maybe he's here pre-show. Maybe he's already here.
Well, the stage is right here to my left.
If Jelly Roll shows up, we'll get his permission, and he can jump on there and play us a tune.
Oh, everybody would love it.
He'll play us a song if Jelly Roll's in town tonight.
The next Jelly Roll song I hear will be my first.
Oh, you ought to listen to Son of a Sinner. It's a good song.
You would like him.
Okay.
You would like him a lot.
You would.
Tonight we got Ravens and Buccaneers getting ready to battle it out. Huge game for Tampa. 3 college football games and a lot of Bud Light specials that we have always on Bud Light Game Night.
Yeah, they're NFL Thursday night specials. Bud Light next cans $4. Bud Light bottles $4. Mick Ultra bottles $5, and game day platters $35. I got to be honest with you, I don't know exactly what the game day platter is, but
it sounds good.
Sounds good. Anything that's got game day and platter in it, Brown.
That's right. I'm all about.
Brown took me to a little lunch before we got here. And
did you have the oxtail?
Well, no, we
didn't go there.
We went to a different place, because I was fearful that all would be left on the menu that late in the day was the oxtail.
Yeah, I mean, Dunaway was scared to eat oxtail. Oxtail's good, man.
No, but is oxtail, before you get into the meal you guys had, is oxtail legitimately like you cut an oxtail off and you fry it?
Yeah, well, they don't fry it. You prepare
it.
You prepare oxtail kind of like a like a pot roast, maybe. Like, I guarantee you.
The only problem I've got with the tail, all tails on animals are like a root,
right,
with fur on it. Like, it seems like it would be beyond chewy, like the unchewable Slim Jim.
Depends on how well it's done. I mean, oxtail, I guarantee you, if I blindfolded you and I put oxtail and pot roast on a plate, you would have a tough time telling them apart. Do you like pot roast?
I love pot roast.
I think you'd like oxtail.
It's that tender.
No, if it's done right. Now, I mean, you can take up, you can take any meat and overcook it. That's going to be bad.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, so if you overcook it, it's going to be bad. But oxtail done right, I think, is really good.
So if you're scoring at home,
I've had a ton of it.
Scoring at home, Brown's down for eating tail. LT and I,
Dunaway.
skeptical.
Can he make any?
Yeah, the oxtail, no thank you.
Yeah, no thank you.
You never tried it. You never tried it.
I'm an experimental guy.
So we went to lunch.
How'd you know you liked the filet mignon until you tried it?
I think that's part of our DNA. I think that comes
oxtail
right
might
out.
be. You don't know.
Yeah. Well, if I was hungry enough, absolutely.
All right,
absolutely.
go ahead. We went to lunch.
We do lunch. So we hit 2 appetizers, a big, with the place we went, Brown's go-to order. So we got one of those.
I don't know where you went.
Well, we went to a place I like to go to. It's one of my favorite meals in Birmingham.
So
I know where you went.
Is
it past Odie's?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. And so then Brown goes, "Hey, what do you got for dessert?" Now, he's already had a bushwhacker, too. I put his calorie count at lunch today, 3,000.
Only meal I'll eat today.
I will tell you this. One thing I've learned about Brown, he doesn't care about calories.
He does not. He does not.
And for whatever reason, he's got a really good metabolism.
Bread pudding. You got bread pudding.
Which was maybe the best I've ever had, bread pudding.
Oh, wow. Hey, it was really good.
How good was it? Yeah.
I love bread pudding.
Listen, if this guy right here says it's good.
It was good. I was a little nervous when it came out because it was swimming in the cream and the sauce.
Yeah,
but after you jumbled it up, it was perfect moisture and stuff. Maybe the best bread pudding I ever had.
That was fantastic.
I love to eat. I never eat dessert for lunch, though.
Well, this is my only meal, though. I mean, we ate such a late lunch. I want to eat dinner, so
sure?
kind of dessert for down 100%.
Yeah,
especially after what I just ate, buddy. I could take a nap right now.
These are my last calories today. The 90-something I get in my Bud Light today. But we got Ravens tonight and the Buccaneers. So let's start there. This is an Ask Us Anything, so you can pop into the chat. Brown will walk us through that. Do my Buccaneers have a chance tonight? And how big of a game is it for both of these teams?
Well, it's huge. You look at Tom Brady, and the transformation from 12 months is really amazing. You think about through 7 games last year, he had 21 touchdowns. He's got 8 through 7 games. It's not even close. They're 22nd in total offense right now. On the other side, the Ravens, if they hadn't blown 2 17-point leads, they'd be sitting at a great spot. I mean, they'd be sitting at 6-1 right now.
The Steve Sarkisian of the NFL, they've blown 2
17-point leads. So, the Ravens are the better team. You're on the road in the NFL, which is always a difficult place to play, and you're playing with a team that is in a corner right now. And the good news for your Bucs is you're still in first place technically in the NFC South. And when you look at Carolina, you look at Atlanta, and you look at Andy Dalton's going to be the starting quarterback the remainder of the year for the Saints. Your team's still favored to win that division, but this is a big game pride-wise, I think, for Tampa Bay.
Back home with Tom Brady, Julio Jones, questionable again. We'll see what they're able to do offensively and get things going. On the college side, the best game is 9 o'clock tonight. Utah and Washington State on FS1.
I can tell you already that's going to be a fight for me.
Huge game.
I can feel it. That's going to be a fight for me.
Well, 3,000 calories at lunch.
That'll do it to you, won't it?
The sun starts to set.
I'll be lucky to see halftime.
Yeah, Utah and Washington State, though, there on the old, what do they call the old?
The Palouse.
The Palouse.
Yeah.
In Pullman tonight. Tough game for Utah to keep their Pac-12 championship hopes alive.
Well, you look at Utah, they're 1-2 on the road, and on the other side, Washington State is undefeated at home, and why they've got the one loss to Oregon. They're 3-1 at home. Cameron Ward has not played as good as most people thought, and the reason is the offensive line has been so bad. They've already given up 24 sacks. The flip side, on the other side of the ball, though, they've got the best scoring defense in the Pac-12, so this is kind of a challenge for Utah. But again, Utah sitting with 2 losses. One of the losses, the opening night loss to Florida. They've only got 1 conference loss. They're coming off the big win against USC. They've got a lot of confidence. I still believe, and it's not me just being stubborn, I think Utah is the best team in the Pac-12. They control their own destiny. I think they go into Pullman tonight and take care of business.
So their losses are at Florida, at UCLA.
Yeah, how do they control their own destiny? To get to the championship game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because UCLA would be 2 teams in. Yeah. I got what you're saying.
Yeah, because they've got Oregon coming up.
Yeah. So because they would play UCLA in theory.
Yeah.
I guess nobody else is undefeated there.
Nope.
Well, Oregon's undefeated in the league.
In the league, but they've got Oregon.
Yeah, I get that. Well, that's true. Yeah.
It could get one of those wacky 3-team.
Yeah, that's all I was going to say. I wonder if there's a 3-team tiebreaker that favors UCLA and Oregon. I don't know, but I see what you're saying. You're right. They in theory control their own.
You got to win and let God sort it out.
Yeah. And honestly, I told you guys before the season, I thought USC could be as good as 10 wins and they could be as bad as 7-5. Watching the offense, I think USC, and they've got, according to FPI, they've got the best percentage to still win the Pac-12. And I think, USC coming off a bye, I think they're about to really start rolling offensively, even better than they've been. So I think they knock UCLA off. I think ultimately, as good as Oregon's looked, I think USC and USC and Utah have a rematch.
A preview to a topic we'll bring back up on the show tomorrow, but you guys, since you're doing bonus time with us tonight, gets a sneak peek. The ACC quarterbacks have been underwhelming this year compared to preseason expectations. Meanwhile, the Pac-12 quarterbacks, Cam Rising, DTR, Bo Nix, and Caleb Williams, 4 really good quarterbacks there. If I ask you best quarterback in the Pac-12 right now,
Caleb Williams.
Still Caleb Williams?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Bo Nix has been incredible this year. He's so comfortable. Give him a ton of credit.
He's second best.
Yeah, I mean, based on the, I would have said if UCLA wins that game, it's probably DTR.
Remind me to bring this back up. First of all, it's Bud Light Game Night. We're on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook. Give us a thumbs up wherever you're watching us. Like us, retweet us on Twitter. Make sure you subscribe on Facebook and set your alerts. And hit us up in the comment section. We're about to get to your comments right here. Share us on Facebook. Wherever you are, just share us, like us, do all the things we want you to do. Make sure you're subscribed and followed us on social media.
Hey, and one thing about Tin Roof here, Halloween party coming up the 29th, which is Saturday night, right?
Yep.
Saturday night here, Halloween party. What an amazing place to do Halloween. They've got the spider webs and such up here ready to go.
And such. I love
and
it.
Such.
Yeah.
Hey, 1 through 4, you brought them up. I think the Pac-12 is the best quarterback league 1 through 4.
Well, when you go Bryce Young, Hendon Hooker, Stetson Bennett, and who would you put fourth in the
right now, maybe Jaden Daniels. I don't know.
Or or
Will Rogers, he hadn't played well the last couple of games, though.
Anthony Richardson hadn't in a while either. But, I mean, the SEC will make a good run.
No, they make a good run, but I'm saying when you look 1 through 4 right now in the Pac-12, there's really not bad games from any of those guys. Rising made the one bad mistake against Florida on that final drive, but outside of that, I mean, Caleb Williams has been flawless. Bo Nix has been flawless.
Well, Rising had key turnovers late at Florida at UCLA that cost them the game.
At Florida, the offense still played good against UCLA. Defense kind of let them down.
But again, it was the interception at the end that they were driving again for the
still lost by
lead.
double digits.
Yeah.
Here's something on Bo Nix, and a couple of Auburn fans have sent me this today. I wish I knew who to credit. I'm going to try to find out who to credit because I'll bring it back up on the show tomorrow.
It could be me.
It's not Jim Dunaway. Nix has completed 78.6 of his throws for 286 yards and 5 touchdowns. This is in Saturday's game, right? Against UCLA. He's the second quarterback in program history, 2 games with 5 touchdown passes in the same season. So he's already done that for Oregon halfway through the season.
Marcus Mariota country.
And Justin Herbert.
Here's the worst thing. From Auburn's perspective, Nix's totals over the weekend, over Saturday, match Auburn's output for the entire season. They've had 5 touchdowns and 10 interceptions on 197 attempts.
That's amazing.
That is crazy to think about.
You know, another stat that's crazy is Iowa giving up 54 points this past week, and they'd only given up 52 the entire year going into that game.
Well, that's how good Ohio State looks. I can't wait till they play
somebody
down the stretch here. And it may not be until Michigan or the playoffs.
Yep.
No, but that's happened before. You don't know what you got until you get the playoffs, and maybe they end up being the best team in the country, like they look against the bad teams in the Big Ten.
Yeah. And Big Ten quarterbacks. I mean, C.J. Stroud.
C.J. Stroud.
That's it.
J.J. McCarthy's. I mean, he's good.
Yeah, that's an echo chamber after C.J.
Who's the second best?
I probably would go J.J. just based on what he's got around him. I don't know, man. There's a lot of experienced quarterbacks. Graham Mertz does nothing for me. No. Tanner Morgan does nothing for me. Sean Clifford does nothing for me. No. So Pac-12, SEC.
You may go to DeVito pretty quick at Illinois.
Just on him, the way he's playing,
the way he runs the offense.
Big 12 has got pretty good quarterbacks too.
They do.
Duggan, Sanders, even as
bad
as
yours. At times.
Is yours? Yeah, he looked bad last week, but at times.
Well, I guess Iowa State too wasn't great.
I do think, and not being Jimmy SEC, I do think you're throwing away, Will Rogers and Stetson Bennett and
Will Levis, Jackson Dart,
KJ Jefferson, Jackson Dart. I mean, some quality.
No doubt. I'm just saying 1 through 4. I really don't see any flaws with the Pac-12 guys.
Yeah, and then the ACC guys, we were expecting them to be so good, and the kid at Virginia hasn't.
Brennan Armstrong is really. Katie Slovis has been awful.
Hasn't been good.
Devin Leary's out.
Yes.
Tyler Van Dyke's been terrible.
Yeah. Uiagalelei is starting to go
very
backwards,
average.
So he was down, peaking down again. Klubnik now looks like doesn't have the magic.
I mean, Drake May's the best of the bunch.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Yeah.
And I don't think we were really mentioning him coming into the year with all their quarterback talent.
No.
The guy down at Miami has been underwhelming.
Van Dyke,
So it's just it's been a very underappreciated season from the ACC. All right, ask us anything. We're at 10 Roof. Let's do this.
All right, Patrick says you need the sign in the background in the studio. He's talking about the no bitching or whining sign back there. What else to say? No bitching or whining beyond this point.
No, that's too much for us.
We couldn't let Dunaway in.
Well, how would we fill 4 hours if we're not going to bitch or whine about something? We were just talking at lunch today about outsourcing customer service. And I was like,
tell him why. You got a funny line.
Trying to remember what the line was.
So we were in a restaurant, and for some reason,
cricket was on,
and Sri Lanka was playing India or some crap like that.
At the barbecue joint you guys were at.
There was cricket on. Yeah, and Dunaway said
India and Pakistan was on.
Yeah, Dunaway said they're playing for the Customer Service Cup.
This is the battle for the Customer Service Cup.
That was a great line.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Thank you. I don't know if it's socially acceptable.
No, it's really not.
I mean, it's not as bad as me saying the Orient on the show today.
Oh, did you say that?
Yeah.
I knew that.
I never even heard that.
That's what we called it back in the day. It was the Orient.
The Orient,
yeah. Anyway, so we were talking about customer service and how outsourced around the world our American customer service is. And I said, I wonder if that's just jobs Americans don't want to do. And Ryan said, would you want to sit around and listen to people call you up and bitch at you the entire time? And I was like, it's a good point. How many LTs would you talk to in the course of a day?
That's all you get.
If you're a customer service at DirecTV.
That's all you get.
Again, I'm trying to be done with that. I just, they put themselves in their own, situations to be bitched at.
Yep. Jacob says he likes the close-up angle here.
This was a Dunaway idea here.
Are you stunned at that?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Well, we tried something new about just opening up the just spreading.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
So I had to do a
Nobody
tour of our studios the other day, and the way our desk is in studio, I've always given Brown credit for that. But I remember giving somebody a tour, and Dunaway heard me, and he got really offended by it. So now when I give the tours, I had to tell these two ladies, Dunaway and Brown are the ones that created this.
It was.
I don't think so. No, I think that was me.
I just remember Brown doing the sketch.
I've got the drawings in the back of my notebook, Jim.
Yeah,
I'm saving them for the the museum.
If somebody put
for the drawing,
you were like, okay, Brent, I don't think we need.
If somebody put a gun in my mouth and said who did it, I would say him. But now I'm giving you credit.
Kidding me? Are you kidding me? Who has the extensive background in television?
You do.
What does that have to do with the desk?
Nothing.
It's a television desk design. By the way,
most television desk designs are just straight across.
No.
I got it from 3340. I do the zone on 3340, and theirs is rounded. He always does this. He always does this.
I wish we had that commercial where I could throw a red flag.
I love those commercials.
Sorry you had to see that, Brown.
I think I could.
You weren't even at the meeting, it turns out. I was giving you half credit. You weren't even there.
I wish we were able to do that.
Me too, on so many things.
The woman goes.
The whole perception of me on this show will be totally changed if we had instant replays.
It'd be worse.
But I do tell you,
the woman says, I believe you said, of course I won't forget the life vest. Who would talk that way?
Or the spider, or the spider one where he says, "Ooh, Dad, I'm sorry you had to relive that."
Sorry you had to relive that.
But I do make some sounds and things. I don't remember the haunted house thing at all last night that we recorded. The video's coming soon. I don't remember it. I'm so nervous and anxious. I don't remember any of it.
But this you remember clearly.
I was
2 years ago.
I was watching back on some of the video, and I don't remember any of it happening. So it's crazy.
Okay. Hey, we are live at 10 Roof, Lakeview. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you're giving us a thumbs up, subscribe, set your alerts, retweet us, please, on Twitter, share us on Facebook, like us in both those places, and on Twitch as well. Hit us up here in the comment room like Kyle has. What is better, beef or pork ribs, he asked.
Oh, I enjoy the beef rib. I just don't get them enough.
Well, you pretty much got to be in Texas. You're not going to get a whole lot of beef rib here in Alabama.
A little in Kansas City.
Yeah. Well, I meant kind of that area of the country. Yeah.
Oh, man. I probably would go pork just because I grew up eating more pork when it comes to the ribs.
I mean, again, both of them done well. I'm not going to argue against either.
Yeah.
The beef, a lot of times, are bigger and meatier.
I like pork a little bit. Pork.
Yeah,
I don't like the brisket as much, but for some reason the beef rib, I guess because it's been such a rarity in my life, I just think of it as the promised land.
Okay, would you rather have a really good burrito or a rib?
A really good burrito.
I would too.
Yeah, I love Mexican food.
I do too. Mexican's one for me, and the problem with the rib is I really like the flavor, but it gets in your teeth, it gets all over your hands, it gets under your nails.
They're messy.
It's like I changed a quart of oil.
They're messy. There's no doubt about that.
The Cowboys coming in, man. I tell you, man, Jelly Roll might show up tonight.
You think all these people are going to the Jelly Roll concert? That's why they got on boots and cowboy hats and crap like that?
I think there's a good chance. Yeah,
good chance. Yeah.
Michael says he loves the hat we sent Hoke. That hat's available. Everybody's talking like that's a.
Technically, that's he literally bought that one himself. Correct?
He bought that one himself. The one I sent him is the reverse version of what Lance is wearing.
The white one.
The white with the black.
Yeah. I didn't know Lance had the black one too. I like the black one. I haven't seen the black one in the wild yet.
Yeah, that's Hoke has the reverse of that one, the white with the black.
I took a 20-minute nap on the couch a minute ago.
Yeah, but that felt good.
Had a little bed head, so I just threw a black one on.
Yeah.
What's the?
I like it.
Don't tell Reed about it.
What?
Reed knows.
He'll shake me down.
What's the? Did you do the proper paperwork so it comes?
I don't know where that is now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where Reed's going to get upset as we've screwed up the inventory now.
Yeah. No, I've already told him. I said just take out my company profits. Just take whatever I take off the shelf out of my company profits.
I think he would just be happy if y'all could help him keep up with the inventory. That's his big headache. Hey,
I'm ready for the new hoodies to come in, though.
I am too.
I want to see those.
I just got a text from my buddy that brought you the coffee yesterday, and he said, I think I've ordered the first zip-up hoodie for you guys.
Oh, I love it.
So I like the way he thinks he was first.
Yeah, thank you. The fall line out at nextround.store. Golf cart is there. The fall line is there.
We need a onesie with footsies, pajamas for the holidays.
I would wear it. I'd wear it.
They look so comfortable. My little one last night, we had the fall festival at church, and she's a minion. and it's just a Minion onesie, and it looks so comfortable when she's running around.
What a good age. How is she's 8?
Yeah, about to be 9.
What a good age.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Yeah, I know. It flies. I've already had one that's going through it. NAAU fans, has anybody seen the new Halloween movie? Awful.
No.
I could have told NAAU fan that it was going to be awful. The first Halloween was good. John Carpenter did a great job with it, scored it perfectly. That music is haunting. But I saw Halloween 2 and 3, and I thought both of those were really bad, and there was no chance I was going to sacrifice any more time to see any of these. It looked awful. The reviews are terrible. And I think even Lunsford said it was terrible.
And that takes a lot because he watches a lot of bad content.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, he does. I mean, he
gets forced to.
Well, he goes to see everything, right? That's their job.
Dunaway's got to wash dishes. He's got to go to shitty movies.
I mean, Laurel, she's an influencer, right? So she has to go watch a lot of premieres and sort of give her opinion on them. And so he has to go see everything. It's not like he can pick and choose. It wasn't a shot. And nor was it him having to watch our show 4 hours a day. That's good content.
B. Foshi, back to sports, says, it feels like Julio's NFL Hall of Fame chances are getting derailed by injuries, and I hate that.
Oh, he's not making the Hall of Fame.
I don't think he is either.
Yeah.
Patrick says he's in. I don't think he's in.
No chance.
Unbelievable catch in the Super Bowl. Since then, what has he done?
Yeah, look, when you look at grabs, I guess his first 8 to 10 years in the league, and you look at yards, they were great. But everybody looks at overall numbers. And, he just didn't score the touchdowns. And now injuries have really derailed his career.
Well, and there's some question about his desire to play the game. Like in Atlanta, a lot of Falcon fans who followed it, when he signed with us in Tampa, they were like, good riddance. You guys can have him. Not going to miss him at all. He will not play many games for you. And that's been the case so far.
We always do this. We always go to the career leaders. You ready?
Are we going yardage or grabs?
This is yardage leaders. What are you looking at?
I was just looking at the fall tree. The foliage is changing over there. I like that.
Oh,
it's a good time of year.
Good-looking tree.
The foliage is changing. That tree needs some water, though, man. That trunk is awful skinny.
Yeah.
How about that?
Looks like it branches out, though.
How about that street light falling over there? City of Birmingham,
that's pretty dangerous.
AP 274, City of Birmingham. Y'all need to get down and check that street light. That thing's holding on by a thread.
Yeah, the gap between that tree and that street lamp is pretty wide.
Hey, so all right, Jerry Rice, of course, is 1 Hall of Fame. Larry Fitzgerald is 2
Hall of Fame.
Will be Hall of Fame, not yet. I think he's still waiting out the 5 years, right? Terrell Owens 3 Hall of Fame. Randy Moss is 4. Isaac Bruce is 5. Tony Gonzalez as a tight end is 6 all-time receiving yards. How about that?
I'd put him in the Hall of Fame.
Well, he is. Don't worry.
I'm kidding.
You've already done that. Steve Smith Sr. is 8. I think he's still in the waiting, right?
Is he really?
I think so. Yeah, but he's in.
You know where I turned on Steve Smith?
Where?
Used to play with Panthers, right?
When you found out he was taller than you.
No, NFL Network, after the Thanksgiving Day loss, he said, quote, Tampa Bay can hang it up. This team doesn't have what it takes to make a run in the playoffs.
So you went Buster on him, huh? You gave up.
But Michael Irvin came on and said, I disagree with you. And they screamed a little bit. And then, of course, Tampa Bay went on to win the Super Bowl. Of course.
Marvin Harrison, number 9 in the Hall. Reggie Wayne is number 10.
Do you want to hear something crazy about Marvin Harrison?
How about them 9 and 10? That was the duo, right?
I know. Peyton Manning did all right with those two. 28,000 receiving yards between them.
So this is the first year Marvin Harrison Jr. has really started for Ohio State. We saw him, ball out against Utah in the Rose Bowl. Marvin Harrison Jr. with 10 touchdowns already through 7 games. That's more than Marvin Harrison ever scored in a season at Syracuse.
Wow. Was Donovan McNabb his quarterback?
Yeah, different game, but still they threw a little bit with McNabb. Reggie Wayne is 10. I think he's still waiting, right?
Yeah, and I guess Reggie Wayne's a Hall of Famer. I don't know.
Okay, well, here we go. He's not in yet. Andre Johnson's not in. He's 11.
He should be.
All right. James Lofton is in at 12.
Yep.
Chris Carter is in at 13.
Yep.
Anquan Bolden is not in at 14.
No, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
Big Super Bowl moment.
Yeah.
Henry Ellard in at 15, or not in at 15.
Big ex-Ram way back in the day. Loved Henry Ellard, but probably not deserving.
Then you get Julio Jones.
No.
Torrey Holt's behind him. You think Torrey
Holt should be, yeah.
Well, he's behind Julio.
I know.
Well, what's that? I mean, how do you separate that? Because he played for the Rams?
Man, he's got a Super Bowl ring.
Okay.
A couple of them, doesn't he?
Andre Reed is in, and he's at 18. Andre Reed.
Yeah.
Steve Largent is in at 19, and then 20 is Jason Witten. How about 2 tight ends at the top 20, Jason Witten and Tony Gonzalez, all-time receiver?
I'm surprised Antonio Gates isn't in that top 20.
Antonio Gates is 30th, Lance.
Okay. Yeah, he was a fantasy football stud back in the you had to do it by hand days.
Yeah. So Julio, though, how many receiving yards do you think he can get in the rest of his career?
Well, he doesn't play anymore. So
He doesn't play, so.
So 0?
100.
Yeah, like I don't expect him to play tonight. I think Russell Gage and Julio will be out again tonight.
He's got some upper mobility, though. So put it in perspective here. Julio's at 13,406 career receiving yards.
Let's say he gets 500 more yards. Does that do anything for him?
It gets him almost in the top 10. I mean, if he's top 10
500 more yards, does that?
Top 10 is Reggie Wayne at 14,345. So Julio's what, 900 yards?
Ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Did you see the what were we calling
it was like it was a Bishla, and I just threw a ball that direction.
I believe a co-ed just jogged by.
Yeah.
You know, this used to be one of my 2 routes when I lived downtown. I would run here in the mornings.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great route.
Yeah.
Yep.
Running or chasing?
Running because it was early morning Dunaway.
Michael says the show has kept his sanity while staying at home with the newborn.
No, Michael.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Michael.
Tell Sarah we love her.
Michael's the one that had the old man die on Facebook, right?
That is correct.
That is accurate. Yeah,
Good
he's
memory.
probably going to regret telling us that if we keep bringing that.
That will not be the way we reference you from now on, probably.
Probably, maybe. Never know.
But the full circle in the story, he said you guys were absolutely right that we did not do a lot of time fishing together.
Patrick said, people say Alabama has been boring for so long. Ohio State is that team. They're so boring. They're good, but they're very boring and not a fun watch.
That's a great point.
I agree completely with Patrick. I have found myself watching very little Ohio State football this year.
I can't think of a game. I watched them against Notre Dame. I can't think of a game I'm watching.
I've always got them on
Start to finish.
because I play a lot of those guys in DraftKings because they put up some. And Ryan Day's not afraid to run the score up.
I'll watch them this week.
Yeah, this is Alabama 2020, the offense. I mean, they've scored 45 plus on every Big Ten opponent they face this year.
Yeah. No, it's a hard watch. It is a hard watch. I don't disagree with Patrick. And maybe that's the way the rest of the country felt about Alabama. Obviously, Alabama and Auburn, we're going to watch them fairly much, pretty much start to finish.
like it's our job.
Like it's our job. But now listen, when Alabama and Auburn are playing like, Western Michigan or whoever, or Western Carolina, I'm not going to invest my whole Saturday in that.
That's a tough one.
Jacob says we've kept his sanity. He's been at home with a kid that's got flu and pneumonia. We help a ton. That's going around, buddy.
Our kid has the flu too.
Oh no,
Rockstar.
Walker is flying into Birmingham tomorrow. He would love to come by and buy a shirt.
Come on.
I think we can sell them. We
can.
One time we weren't able to, but I think
Taylor's got a credit card
okay
thing. Yeah.
All right, Walker, hit us up, buddy. Just drop us an email or shoot us, something on Twitter, whatever.
Lunsford, is Lunsford watching us?
Lunsford is not watching us. He has stepped away. Why? What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, Lunsford, remember that it was these two that invited him, not me.
No,
here's the thing. If you're in town, don't come by. If you're out of town and you want to come by and see us, I think that's okay.
I mean, the safest way is to buy it online.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. Patrick says the banner at the top has a G.I. Joe vibe. I kind of agree with that.
Yep. I told you that last week.
You did. Yep. G.I. Joe. I used to love G.I. Joe when I was a kid, man.
I did too, but I'll even go deeper than you. I like the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip before the new G.I. Joe with the snake eyes.
Yeah.
Can you see the decorations on the
I cannot.
Is that bullet holes?
It is not bullet holes.
Jeez,
That's probably not a way to promote this establishment.
Yes.
What do you think it is?
Parasites, maybe?
Oh, that's much better, Lance. Yes.
I think maybe it's paint gun, paintball.
No.
What do you think it's supposed to be?
I have no.
Jim, do you remember 28 minutes ago when I said, "Hey, we're live"? We're talking about bullet holes?
No, the decoration. It's Halloween. It's supposed to scare you.
Where's the decoration?
It's not actual bullet holes.
It's
It's a decoration.
Okay. It's a decoration, everybody. Yeah. Okay.
To make it look like you've been shot.
I thought you were asking if there were bullet holes in their windows.
Hey, so this place, you know what it used to be called?
What Tin Roof used to be called?
Yeah.
Used to be called Coyote Ugly.
No, it was TC's.
Did we ever have a Coyote Ugly?
A guy named Tommy Cannon used to run this place.
Really?
And yeah, we'd come in. Sunday night was a big night here.
I used to always think TC's was Tommy Charles, the same guy that hosted with John Ed. So it wasn't. It was Tommy Cannon.
It was Tommy Cannon, and big UAB supporter. I don't know if Tommy's still alive. I saw him a couple of years ago, but this was an iconic place back in the day.
Has it changed much design-wise?
Not really.
What did they do on Sunday nights at TC's? Why were you here?
No, so there was
paid up some gambling debts. Local bookies would come by.
I think there's still this. There's certain bars that's the place to be on a certain night.
Okay.
And for a while, Sunday nights, the place to be was here.
Yeah.
Way back in the day. I think, you know what? I think Tin Roof is the place to be on Sunday nights now.
Yeah, Tin Roof, great place. Halloween party.
My 4th of July was on a Sunday night.
It was?
It was.
Saturday night, though, is the Halloween party this October 29th. You can get your ticket, your door ticket in advance right now if you just go online, social media, and check out Tin Roof.
We are at Tin Roof in the Lakeview district. You can join us down here. We're here till 7 o'clock. Are we still giving away those? They need to go see our Bud Light girls, right? To get get in for the Bama Austin P tickets.
Yeah, Lucy and Haley are over there, and all you got to do is scan the QR code, and we will actually send the tickets to you.
That's right. If you're watching us on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up. You guys could retweet us right here, middle of the show, if you want to.
I've already done it.
Well, you can do it again.
I'll do it.
Doing it again doesn't hurt. Oh, I mean, Dunaway, you act like I'm asking for a freaking kidney as a retweet.
I'd probably give you a kidney first.
What is the problem with a retweet?
There's nothing wrong with it.
Hey, do you guys love
You just said you would give me a kidney instead of doing
So
it.
I pulled Twitter. Here's the headline I first get. Megan Fox tells Machine Gun Kelly, kill me or get me pregnant.
Wow.
Oh, man, that is quite the ultimatum.
It really is.
Kill me or get me pregnant. I mean, what in the crap?
There's somebody out there who's saying, can I try to do one by trying to do the other?
He's amazing. Isn't he? Yeah, that is that's which one? I mean, Machine Gun and a guy, by the way, his name Machine Gun Kelly, right?
Yeah.
So probably
he does not look like a killer, though.
He doesn't, but he's probably a guy you want to be careful with if he willingly goes by the name Machine Gun. Wouldn't you think you probably want to maybe keep an eye on that guy, not threaten him to kill you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm a Megan Fox fan outside of the thumbs.
Me too.
Hey, so anyway, if you're watching us on YouTube, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, set your alerts. If you're watching us on Twitter, file for retweet.
Good transition from the Megan Fox thumbs to
That's
that
right.
thumbs
Give
up.
us a thumbs up.
Yeah, didn't realize you did it.
Yeah, Dunaway has retweeted it. Thankfully, stuff there. And give us a thumbs up there on Twitter and share us and like us on Facebook.
Well, how do you retweet it again? I had to undo my other retweet to retweet it again.
I don't know.
It became very complicated for this simple mind.
Taylor, our social media coordinator, Taylor Korn. Where is she, Dunaway, normally?
She's in, it's, what time is it?
Well, she's outside
It's between 5 to 6,
Yeah.
Mission Control.
Mission Control. She says the haunted house preview is coming shortly. I have seen
Shortly
some,
tonight?
Oh, she said shortly. I can't. That's all I've got right there. Shortly.
Well, I mean, she's an Auburn football fan, so shortly could be
That doesn't really
in the next 5 years.
Yeah, it could be. So you did not get to see any of the previews, did you?
No, I did.
Oh, did you?
I did, finally.
Did you hear my what kind of I dated you. There was one that Reed said I sounded like a chihuahua.
You did. You sounded like a dog.
I just don't know how that could scare you so bad. Like going in, it's a bunch of props.
But I also know it's a bunch of jump scares, and I don't like jump scares. So really at the end, when it was all said and done, it was not that scary. But going through thinking every step is something about to jump out at you, the jump scare, I made it more scary myself. I made it scarier, as I do about a lot of things.
Corey says, LT, I took UNC, Georgia Tech, and Oak State on a 3-teamer. Good or bad?
Are we going tees or are we going?
You just said on a 3-team.
Let me see how I'm playing those.
I like Kansas State a little bit, especially if Martinez plays. I like Pitt. No.
So you would say no.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think you can tear
where
it
are
up,
we on
Corey.
Martinez?
Game time decision is what they're saying.
I like Georgia. What was the other one?
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
Oh, don't like Georgia Tech.
North Carolina.
I like Pitt a lot.
Samuel says for LT, who should the Pelicans take with the Lakers' first overall pick? Why did the Pelicans have your pick? Who's that from?
Anthony Davis.
Oh, that's right, the AD deal.
Yeah, we gave everything away.
How's that worked out for you?
Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle. If they would have stood pat and just kept what they had, the Lakers would be a fun team without LeBron. With that said, it's going to be the big 7-5 dude if you get the number 1 overall pick. And boy, you pair him up with Brandon Ingram and Zion. Whew.
Speaking of never playing, I watched the game the other night and Zion didn't play.
Didn't play. They still won and covered.
Patrick says we need stretch hats for the big head folks. We do have some stretch hats. They're very limited, but we do have some. I got a couple of them. Just digging through right here.
It's okay. Bud Light Game Night's where we are.
Yeah. By the way, Bud Light next cans $4. Bud Light bottles $4. Michelob Ultra bottles $5. Game Day platters. We hadn't figured out what it is, but it's awesome. $35. Tin Roof live music most nights, and a great place to watch games. I mean, TVs all over the place, and we've got fun games tonight. I mean, I'm excited about your Bucks hosting the Ravens. We talked about Utah heading into Pullman to take on Washington State. NC State, well, I'm excited about it now because we've got a stake on them hosting Virginia Tech. We'll see what happens there.
You know, we made a stake bet back in the summer. Clemson, Notre Dame. Is that next week?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I think I have Clemson -4 going into that game.
I like it.
I know all of a sudden I don't feel as good about that.
I like where I sit.
Yeah. You
Notre
like that,
Dame's turned the corner.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brandon said, I know y'all don't talk a lot of fantasy on the show, but can we know who's got the best record?
Well, I'm 3-4.
LT's got the best record. I got the second best record, and then everybody else is behind us.
I'll just pull the standings real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to brag about this. Yes.
I have lost a game by a half a point on a stupid a muff fumble.
Oh, you and I are playing this week?
We are playing this week.
Tua Tickets to Paradise is playing all Rams, no Rod.
Let's see.
That's a big matchup, Dunaway. Is that the primetime CBS game?
So in the leaders division, we have you leading that at 5-2.
Yeah, that's right. I'm ahead of my division.
And Taylor Corn and Lunsford and Dunaway are all 3-4, 2 games back.
Yep. Debo until it hurts.
In the legends,
That's Dunaway's team.
no Rams, all Rod.
That's you.
6-1. And in second place is the Ignorant Sluts, Kelsey Dollar and David Walls, balls to the wall. They're both 4-3, 2 games back.
People love our team names, I bet.
Yeah, you just skipped over Lunsford's team name. What was Lunsford?
My Vic in a box.
Yeah, my Vic in a box.
Yeah. What was Taylor's?
Little TDs.
Yeah.
Hey, so the league leaders play this week, man.
Yep. Big game.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you,
I need you to win.
Jim Nance and Tony Romo are going to be there.
They put a number on this. I am so I'm a 65% chance to win this game, which means I'm about a 10-point favorite.
But you can also look at projected total and get an actual point spread there.
How do you do that?
Somewhere there's projected in the small print that I can't read without my glasses.
Well, if you just show me, I got win probability. I don't see projected total. Oh, there it is. It is 128-91.
I bet I got some.
Oh, my God.
Dick whipping. Dick whipping.
Listen to him. Listen to him.
Could you keep it inside the number?
Have we got anybody is everybody playing this week? Is anybody on bye?
I don't know. I take care of my team. I'm a GM of,
What's the name of your team?
No Rams, all Rod.
No Rams, all right.
And the reason it's no Rams, all Rod, I didn't get to draft a Ram. Everybody took Rams in front of me.
Do you have a Rod on the team?
Yeah, there's Rods.
Oh, I've got 2. Oh, wait a minute. I haven't updated my lineup. I got 2 guys with the bye. So let me update my lineup, and that might change the point.
It may change the points for
I'm glad somebody brought this up.
Thanks, Brandon.
Because you know what I would not have done?
Change your lineup.
That is right. I'm going to change it right here. Dunaway, tell them where we are.
We are at Tin Roof, the Birmingham location, not in Nashville, the Birmingham location. But if you're ever in Nashville, Tin Roof there is good. I think they're owned by the same people, or at least somehow associated.
Yeah.
Tin Roof, your place for live music, Halloween party coming up this Saturday night. Go ahead and go to the Tin Roof website and get that unbelievable value on a great party on a Saturday night. You wonder what you want to do with you and your date, group of friends on a Saturday night? Tin Roof Halloween party. And, of course, Bud Light Game Night, brought to you by our friends at Bud Light. We have the Bud Light specials. We've got a bucket of Bud Lights right here in the Stellas. You can get some Mick Ultras while we're out here. And don't forget Ghost Energy drinks everywhere we go to. So it's just a good time.
All right, that changed it to 128 to 115. So
there you go.
Yeah.
You're minus 13.5.
We're back in the game here.
Yeah, minus 13.5.
Tripp says outside of the Ohio State and Michigan, the rest of the Big Ten is just an awful product on the field. Look at the QB play across that league aside from Ohio State and Michigan.
Yeah,
we were just talking about that.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Illinois plays an interesting football, but I don't trust them at all.
Yeah,
well, it's funny. Illinois is that team that's come out of nowhere. And still, when you look at the schedule, I really believe they're going to go 10-2 just based on schedule. But the rest of the Big Ten, Michigan State teased a lot of people because they thought with the collective they had and with Mel Tucker bringing in transfer guys, they were going to be able to be a factor like they were last year, winning 11 games. They've been bad. Minnesota, with all that experience, they've been bad. Wisconsin, firing their coach, they've been bad. Iowa hasn't missed a bowl, I think, in almost 20 years. They've been bad. I mean, really, it's just a collection of bad teams outside of the top 2 teams.
Yeah.
But sometimes the top 2 is good enough to, maybe both of them make the playoffs.
Let's see if you guys remember this. Brandon says TC's had penny beer. So this is the old TC's, Tin Roof, Lakeview. They have penny beer?
Yep,
probably
penny
on
beer.
Sunday night.
Absolutely. 2 places, Club South and TC's both had penny beer.
Will says TC's was the spot if you were underage on Thursdays.
That's probably why LT knew it was the place to be.
Yeah. They weren't too. I mean, if you showed them something, you show them a library card, you get in.
Library card. I'm official in Shelby County. Hey, Trip says when your girlfriend says "kill me or knock me up," might be time to bounce from that relationship.
Yes.
I agree completely, Trip.
Well, Trip, I think you try to knock her up first and then you bounce.
Yeah, I bet they've been practicing for a while, so I don't know that one more time is going to matter.
Yeah, probably so.
I think there's a good chance at some point Machine Gun Kelly wakes up and she's about this far from his face watching him sleep.
Yeah, with a pillow in her hand.
I mean,
a gun.
She made him drink her blood, I think, or she drank his blood.
That was
no, that was Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob, but also Megan Fox does it too.
Wow. Yeah, that's weird.
It's just a purification ceremony. Who hadn't done that?
All right, guys, buckle up for this one. Okay, you ready? Charlie says, I'm the guy that drove from Muscle Shoals for the kickoff party. Dunaway was surprised when I told him I've been listening for over 10 years. My dad was a huge fan dating back to the DMB days. Do you remember that conversation? I remember talking to Charlie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
We were worried about him driving all the way back that night.
That's right. So here's the buckle up part. His dad just passed away.
No way, Charlie.
And he says, thank you guys for the countless memories of listening to you all with my dad.
And I'm sorry, Charlie. I lost my father back in May. I feel you, man. Part of life, the life cycle.
Can I just say, and I'm honored that we are this for you, but the fact that you got a good memory you can attach it to says a lot. Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of people that don't have that.
Well, my dad, I think I told you guys, he was basically immobile for probably the last close to year of his life, and he would sit in a recliner and he would listen to us on the app.
Yeah. I never knew he listened, and you told us that after he passed, and I didn't know he was listening.
Yeah, he would send me some text, and he would comment on both of you guys. Tell Brown this, tell Dunaway this.
Did he ever call me a dick?
Oh, he did not.
He's much nicer.
Chuck was, he was a dick back in the day. They called him seriously.
So he respected my game.
Yeah. This is funny. Seriously, in the early 90s when I used to detail cars for some of the different dealerships that he did business with, they called him Saddam.
Wow.
No, yeah.
Not as a compliment.
That's not a pet name, is it?
There's no way that's a compliment. Yeah, there's nothing you can say. No. They meant it as a compliment.
Yeah.
I hate that, Charlie, man. God bless you. And I can't tell you how big an honor it is that you guys would tie a memory together that involves us. That's crazy to me.
But just think of all the memories you have. And that's what life is about, making those memories. And you'll do it now with people in your life that when it's your time to go, they'll sit around and raise a cold Bud Light and say, damn, remember that time Charlie and I did this or Charlie and I did that? So go make some memories in honor of your dad. But thanks for including us in it.
Yeah, I mean, we could sit here and tell you some of the nicest things people have ever said to us about our show, and it humbles me. But that's one right there, that you would tie your dad's memory to us, and we appreciate that. God bless you, man. Leslie Ann says, what's up, fellas? What's up?
Leslie Ann.
Leslie Ann.
Hey, Leslie Ann, who won a competition with us, is a cart girl. Is it at Limestone Springs?
Limestone Springs, yeah.
One of the people for our golf cart. So if you have not bought the golf cart yet, want to go see Leslie Ann on the cheap, you can do that. Great price, five wonderful courses. You just go to nextround.store, and you get 5 courses for $99. You can upgrade and get an exclusive T-shirt, some tees, and some other stuff to $129. And those are good all the way until September of 2023. So you have the whole golfing season, what's left this year and into next year, to use it 5 rounds, 1 round at each course. Bent Brook, Woodward Country Club, right off of I-2059. Wonderful historic course there. Limestone Springs, Cross Creek, and our friends out at the Meadows. And if you have not been to the Meadows recently, wow, what a beautiful track that is growing back into. And I love the layout there, and the customer service is perfect. So those 5 great courses, part of our next round golf card, nextround.store to look for those. Limited numbers, so get them before they're all gone.
Somebody's telling me there is a trade in the NFL. I'm going to check this out because I saw earlier today the Giants traded Kadarius
Toney. Yeah.
Yesterday, the big tight end, the big defensive end from the Bears traded to the Eagles. as they got up a little depth. So you're looking for.
So wait, now
what
Wandell
team?
Robinson did get. I think he's confused because there's no way they're going to trade Wandell and Kadarius Toney. There's no way.
Yeah, I was trying to. Yeah, I was just trying to look at that. Yeah, before I even said it, I was going to look at it.
Did anybody trade any offensive line to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers before tonight's game? That's all I need.
You need it tonight?
Need somebody to protect Brady.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So anyway, there you go. Well, what's the trade deadline? Is what?
Tuesday.
November 1st, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you guys want your team to make a deal?
Yes, but I have nothing to deal.
Well, yeah. I mean, you've given up all your draft picks over the years.
Yeah. I just want Odell Beckham to come back healthy early December and say I want to be a Ram again.
Do you think that's going to happen?
And I'll take that. I'm hearing all types of places. I'm hearing Dallas. I'm hearing Green Bay.
Odell, just say the words. I want to be a Ram again.
That's all he's got to say.
I want to be a Ram again.
Now I will tell you, McVay and him are
to be a
keeping a
Ram
lot of
again.
contact together.
Kevin asked, when was the moment or time in your life you thought, I think I want to do sports talk for a living?
My Uber driver asked me that last night.
Did he?
Yeah, and I told him when I was out of options.
This was it?
Wow.
No, that wasn't it. I mean,
We're your Hail Mary?
No, I wanted to play for the Dodgers when I was a kid. That obviously didn't work out. And then I wanted to be an actor. That didn't work out. And I had a lot of radio experience, so came back to radio.
When I was 11, I've told this story 1,000 times in my life, but we were poor. It's not a joke on the show. We were poor. Couldn't go to any of the games anywhere. I watched on television, and the announcers were always at the game or at the Olympics. And I thought to myself, well, that'd be cool. Your job be to go to the games. So when I was 11, I started wanting to do it and really started doing it when I was 12.
I went to college. When I went to college at Jacksonville State, I initially went to be a PR major. And the two PR professors, there were two PR professors, and in the summer they married and moved off to another school. So they couldn't offer all the classes I needed. So instead I went into radio TV. And I really had not planned on doing that. And I kind of thought I wanted to be a play-by-play guy, like TV or radio play-by-play. And it wasn't really until well into my college career, I was working at a batting cage at Woodland Park batting cages. And in the fall, before the sun would set, I could pick up I had the radio set where I could pick up Herb Winches and Ben Cook on 690, or even over in Anniston until it powered down. And I would listen to them, and I was like, man, I enjoy doing that. They take all the calls. People are all pissed about Alabama or Auburn. And I don't know, man. That just listening to that, I was like, that's what I want to do now.
Well, it's funny you say that because I was driving back, and the route I took, I think it was Interstate 10, and my last big city that I was in was Little Rock. And when I drove back to Birmingham, I think I was driving past Limestone Springs, and I picked up Herb and Ben, and they were doing a show from there. And I thought to myself, I didn't know what I was going to do because I'd already graduated college, and I was coming back and had nothing to do. I was like, I want to be on that station. I want to find a way on that station. And it took a couple of years, but I did.
I did the same thing because I was working when I was in school. I mentioned this actually on the show today. I was working for a country music station in Anniston that had an AM station that did some sports. So I was able to do some sports talk there and just kind of refine, learn the craft, really. I was by myself on a 5,000-watt AM station in Anniston. You think a lot of people were listening to that? No. So you didn't get a ton of phone calls, and I'm carrying 3 hours by myself. So you learn how to do it, right? And really fill time, if I'm being honest. And I moved to Birmingham from Jacksonville State, and Chris Stewart, who is now the voice of the Alabama Crimson Tide, was working at the Alabama Radio Network. That's not the rights holder. It was a news network, and they did sportscast and a sports show. And Chris called me and was like, hey, my producer's leaving if you want to come over. And I knew if I was going to make it, I had to be in Birmingham. So I was like, I'll take the job. Don't care what it pays. So I moved over, and it was in the same building as Jocks, and I heard that Herb's producer left. So I knew what time Herb left. He left at his show was over at 6. He would take stuff back to his desk and leave at 6:03. So I would time my exit so he and I would run at each other in the parking lot. And the third day I did that, he was on his phone. He goes, hang on one second. Ryan, my producer just left. You'd be great for that job. I was like, Herb, I'd love it, man. I want it. He goes, let's go to lunch tomorrow. So he texted me or called me or whatever. We went to lunch, and that's how I got on Jocks.
There you go.
How about that?
Herb, how about Herb's the common thread really for all of us?
Yeah,
I mean, as far as sports talk goes, maybe not TV for you.
Yeah, I mean, sports talk. I mean, you were my entry into sports talk, Brown. I never really wanted to do it, but I was in TV. But
so then Herb's the common thread.
I think you actually did a show with me before, Brown.
I did.
Really?
I was one of the media guests on the round table.
How about
he used
that?
to have a random guest for this hour.
And you'll be shocked he tried to take it over, too.
Hey, well, let me drive this.
No, he really did. He came in and he was like, hey, look, I think we should do this and that.
It's only an
You
hour.
probably don't remember it.
No, I do. Sure.
Yeah, LT was like, hey, listen.
I didn't like the topics.
You know what LT said? The one thing I care about is these 20 live commercials I'm about to have to do.
It was about 18.
I learned quickly.
Yeah.
So,
no, but you had never wanted to do it until you and I just kind of hung out a little bit.
Well, I still didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it then, but, I was.
Needed the money?
No, I just was like, no, it'd be cool. Do you want to be honest? I'll be totally honest.
Yeah.
The lady that had become our news director at NBC 13 at the time, she was bragging about she had been at Philadelphia as the assistant news director in Philadelphia, and she was bragging about some guy.
Mississippi?
No, Philadelphia,
No,
Pennsylvania. Some guy, he's got a beard, and he anchored their local news, and he did their sports talk radio, and he was like the biggest sports guy in Philadelphia. And she was like, oh, so you're like so-and-so. And I said, I don't know who that is. But you'd see him on NFL's coverage every now and then.
Right.
And I was like, and she would tell me all the stuff he did in town and like pregame with the Eagles. And I was like, well, crap, I need to stop just sitting here doing TV. I want to do a little radio too. So that's when Brown and I were having conversations. And I was like, let me do 2 jobs. 2 full-time jobs.
Yeah, we were doing what, 1 to 3 right after Lance, right before Herb and Ben. Is that right?
That's how it started. And then we did 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, and for a short period, 6 hours.
Man, 2 hours was awesome.
Would you guys be want us to go back to just 2 hours a day? I mean, it's a fair question.
I don't know if it's a fair question.
Yeah, 3 hours. How would
you never know.
I mean, I think people that are tuned in probably enjoy 4 because they get to
more the merrier.
Dive in and dive out. Yeah.
Lunsford says he needed an easy internship playing football in college. He figured sports radio would be the way to go. He heard Lance and Ian asking for one. Probably a mistake, but here we are, he said.
Lunsford, I think it was a great decision by you to call us up and come in. And Lunsford was a great intern. He really was. I mean, as you guys can imagine.
Imagine how crappy your life would be, Lunsford, if you had a real job.
I mean, but think about.
I mean, look, our jobs aren't real. We don't have real jobs. Nobody ever understands that. I mean, we have things we work.
You're right, man.
I went in, but these aren't real jobs.
Monday night, I think it was Monday or Tuesday of this week. I went home and roommate had a friend over, and her friend, I was like, "How's everything going?" Well, my job sucks. And she started bitching about it. No, the friend started. And I was like, hey, look, I got to tell you, 95% of people hate their jobs.
Yep.
We're just really fortunate to do what we do.
Yeah. It's wild. I mean, think about today. We talked about sports for 4 hours. Then you two talked about gambling for 20 minutes. Meanwhile, during the sports talk, you did a video about a mixed drink that you drank. After talking about gambling, you did a video about bourbon and Alabama football. You and I went to have a lunch. I drank Bushwhacker. Yeah. And we're sitting here having beers talking about sports. I mean,
I had to meet a client earlier, another drink. I took a nap on our couch in our green room. So picked up a hat off our merch rack.
I mean, this is not a job.
And sometimes we spin a colorful wheel for money in the commercial breaks and have a great time screaming, "Come on, blue! Land on blue!
You know what?
Green.
You know what I wish we had done from the beginning on that wheel is keep up with the all-time dollar amount.
Hey, real quick, this is breaking news, and I'll let you get back to that.
No. I just saw this.
Yeah, Jamar Chase is out 4 to 6 weeks with a hip injury, and that's big, man. Cincinnati started to play really good football, and obviously outside of Burrow, the number one on that offense is.
Why did the Chiefs need Kadarius Toney though?
They still needed one more weapon. I mean, when you watch the Chiefs.
They got a bunch of guys that were really good for a long time. They're throwing to
Kelsey nonstop, and Juju Smith is good.
Smith-Schuster. They're throwing to Vantez Scantling.
So what are the Giants getting?
Draft picks. It is a weird time for the Giants to draft away Kadarius Toney. 6-1. Yeah, but I don't think he's been very happy there.
No, he hasn't been happy, disgruntled, and he's always injured.
Seems like a weird fit.
He won't be injured with the Chiefs.
Seems like a weird trade.
Lunsford says, I definitely do not hate my job anymore.
For the record.
Dave says you guys are living the life right now. I do believe that. That is true.
Yep. These are the salad.
These are the days, man. These are the days. Lunsford says degenerate gambling in the back is the best part. We need to do more of it. We have not done as much lately. What I was going to say is I wish we had kept up with the running total.
It's never too late.
Well, we can start now. We'll get Lunsford to do that. He's always sitting there with the computer.
We can do projections of what has been. I think I would be close to
I'm
first.
probably the all-time leader.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I know it's not me. I've only spun like 2 or 3 times. What's funny is I'm viewed as the degenerate gambler of the entire show. I'm never back there with you guys.
So here's what we could do. I mean, if you want to do this, Lance, we could assign everyone a permanent color and just spin it at, instead of people picking colors. I mean, it's just as
Fine
random.
with me.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Everybody gets a permanent color.
Do we have enough colors?
Yeah. Well, the problem with the wheel we've got is there are 4 reds and 2 of every other color. So red has to get eliminated. But we could.
I think we just.
Why don't we just put our name on?
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. We'll just put names on there. We'll figure it out. That way, everybody gets a vote.
We always have to make things so complicated.
I know. JD says he votes no on the 2 hours. My workday depends on the 9-1 next round.
God, I love you.
And I love it when people say that.
Yeah. By the way, I'm anti 2 hour.
And Dunaway wants to go 6.
Oh, I know he does.
Yeah. I just want to do 2 4-hour shows. Make it 8. Take a small lunch in the middle.
I mean, I've had so many people, and this is one of the greatest compliments you could ever give us. I've had so many people come in and say, the only part of my workday that I like is used to when we were 10 to 2, now when we're 9 to 1. Not as much when we were in mornings because people were driving to work. But I mean, we've all had people tell us that, and it's the whole idea behind our show. It's the reason we don't talk about some of the stuff we don't talk about is we sincerely try to be people's escape from all the crap going on in their lives.
That's right.
And if we talk about all the crap going on in the world, we're just bringing that back into your life.
You don't want us to go on talking about politics and the pandemic when that was going on. Inflation now.
Yeah.
I mean, you got people who can do that for you if that's where you want to waddle
that ain't
around.
going to be us.
Yeah.
But I never realized what we do. And again, this is not like an indictment on us. It's more on our listeners and viewers, because I think a lot of people might be able to do what we do, but I didn't realize the influence until the pandemic.
No, I'm with you on that. Yeah, yeah. You know,
there was that time the miner who he took one vacation day.
Oh, the guy that played golf with me.
Yeah, well, the one miner that there was a miner. He came up to us in an Alabama football game.
Yeah,
and he worked the middle shift in Brookwood, and he would listen to us. He would listen to us going down into the hole, and he said that was the only thing that would motivate him before he'd go down 8 hours, 10 hours, however long he was underground. He would catch us going into that middle shift before he'd go down in the hole 6 days a week. He'd have to do that 5 days a week. He was having us.
That's wild, man.
And he'd listen to football going in on a Saturday.
That's wild. Kyle says, I can't function without you guys daily. Well, we're going to be here daily, Kyle. Don't worry. Nothing's changing, by the way. That was just a random mention.
Before we get out, can I reset everything?
Real quick, I want one more. Dave says, I'd watch a TNR version of the Manning cast. We'd be limited. We can't show the video for copyright issues, but we have talked about doing
the Buccaneers game on a Monday night in December.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, is basically us watching the game, you watching us watch the game, essentially.
We are definitely going to do that.
Yeah.
So we're at Tin Roof, live music joint. They've got live music all the time. There are Halloween costumes actually walking in, it looks like, on a Thursday night. Anyway, come by and join us. We've got Alabama tickets to give away. We've got great specials, including Bud Light Next cans for $4, Bud Light bottles $4, Mick Ultra bottles $5, Game Day platters $35, TVs all over the place. Big Thursday night. We've got a total of 4 games.
Yeah,
right?
4 games tonight. 3 college, 1 pro. Yeah.
Should I look to find out where we are next Thursday? Do you already know?
Do that real quick.
Steel Gastro.
Steel Gastro right across the street over here.
We are?
Yep.
Again, we're back there?
Yep.
How about that?
Kevin says, I have a short commute to work, so hate it when you went to mornings. As Clad says, noon is prime time.
Yeah, that's
I agree,
exactly
Kevin.
right. We felt the same way. We tried to tell them that.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. Dunaway remembers that differently.
Yeah.
Kyle says, LT being a dick, Jim being king awkward, Ryan being super sarcastic, rock star. I need it. You got it, buddy.
Who's the dick?
LT.
According to Kyle, me.
Yeah, I think so. Paul says, every Friday morning I sing the Pick 3 song in my shower. Y'all are ingrained in my brain.
Thank you, Paul.
Do it tomorrow morning, man.
Ingrained in my brain. That's a good T-shirt.
This is very nice from the Pinnacle. Y'all are the best to ever do it. Bottom line, nobody can hang with you. I don't consider us the best to ever do it, but look, people do it differently. Like, I think the way Paul chose to do his show, Paul's the best that's ever done that.
Right.
But there are people that like Paul and people that don't like Paul, right? I think I consider Herb the godfather of sports talk radio in Birmingham.
Everybody's got a different style.
Everybody's got a different style, so you can't really say somebody's the best to do
the fortunate thing for us is it's three of us and then Rocky, four of us that have what I consider good chemistry.
Like if you wanted to argue about best morning show in Birmingham history, there are a lot of people that say TC and John Ed. Some would say Rick and Bubba.
Some would say Ken and Beaner.
Beaner and Ken. Yeah, it was a really good show. Who was Mark and Brian?
Brian.
Yeah. But everybody did it differently, right? It's hard. Rick and Bubba, have they been successful? Yeah, so it's going to be hard to argue that, right? But everybody may not like that style.
But what's crazy is the mixture of us four now. This is not just what I used to call hyperbole, but learned it as hyperbole.
Right. That was an old AM.
You never called it hyperbole.
No, he did. He did back on AM. He did it for.
Hey, this game is big, man. There's a lot of hyperbole around this.
And the first time he did it, I was like,
hype and bowl. It worked with football. Hyperbole.
I was like, did he really say? By the way, I don't think that's a Halloween costume at all. I think that's an actual outfit. He said, he said hyperbole the first time. I was like, did he really just say that? Yep. And then it was like 2 or 3 more times. I'm like, God, he's going to do it every time. So I guess I got to correct him now.
Yeah. So this isn't just hyperbole, but not just the four of us. But when you factor in Lunsford now and Enforcer, and I really wanted to get where they can turn the microphones on themselves, so Rocky doesn't.
Well, we're working on all those things, and they'll be on camera.
And then you factor in Reed, Kelsey, and David, and then our 10th employee, Taylor. I was telling Maggie just the other day, I cannot imagine 10 people who fit together like a puzzle better than the 10 of us.
I agree. I mean,
it's really very lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Paul says he almost left for good when Lance had Brian Straw. Look, man, Brian was a nice guy. Straw got a tough deal, man.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him.
It's not TJ Finley's fault that he's not an SEC quarterback.
Yeah. Straw was a nice guy. You two didn't have a ton of chemistry.
No, we didn't.
But he was a nice guy.
Yeah, that was a forced situation. I liked Brian a lot.
Felt really bad for how that turned out.
Yep. Technically, Brown stabbed him in the back, but
God, Dunaway. You say stuff like that, people take it serious. Like,
I'm joking. It was me.
I barely.
Brown just held him.
Yeah. JD, I love my job, but I really enjoy and appreciate having TNR in the background. Maybe Jim can have a solo show starting at 5 a.m.
Good idea.
Yep.
I pitched it. They didn't want it.
Lunsford says, oh, God, don't tempt him, JD.
Lunsford knows when I pitched it, Lunsford would have to come in early.
All right, that's going to do it from Tin Roof. What we got at Tin Roof here tonight, LT? Bunch of football.
Yeah, it's NFL Thursday night specials. You've got Bud Light Next cans for $5. You've got Mick Ultra cans for $5 or $4. Mick Ultra cans, bottles are $5. Bud Light bottles, $4. Bud Light Next cans, $4. Game Day platters, $35. TVs all over the place. Live music. Jelly Roll could be here. Who knows?
Jelly Roll.
But come down, register for Alabama tickets. We'll be giving those away in the next hour. We've got other swag.
Could y'all do that dance back in the day? The Tootsie Roll?
No. We got swag.
Running Man.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Hey, give us a thumbs up. Don't leave without giving us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Retweet this, even though we're done. Give us a thumbs up there as well. Share us and like us on Facebook and Twitch. And be with us tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock on The Next Round. NextRound.store for gear and the golf card. Woo. NextRound.store. 5 courses for $99. NextRound.store. See y'all tomorrow.